think more than that, Preeti, is that he's laying the grounds for what the election would be like and what would be the key issues. And he's talking about stability and performance. At a time that all of us have faced a tremendous amount of distress because of COVID, there is a global economic slowdown. And what he's contrasting is, and that's why he does not mention, very, very interestingly, does not mention, though we had pushed him on many occasions to talk about the India alliance per se. He does not mention them, but indirectly he calls them the Mili-Juli Sarkar that could come about, and then reflects back on the past 30 years or so of coalition governments and says what India needs at this particular time is stability and a government that performs. And this is a theme that he sort of, not only in this question, but right across sort of did it. It is, and also interestingly brought in this issue of Parivarwad, where he said it's performance versus Parivarwad, and talked of how the BJP, and used this point of the Hindi heartland states where they got a whole lot of new chief ministers, and said, we are a cadre-based party and we look for fresh faces. We don't just, push on with dynasties.
We're going to talk about his comments on dynastic politics also later on in the show. But Rajdeep, I want to bring you in because interesting, he speaks of not the India alliance, but Mili-Juli Sarkar a number of times, and taking off from what Raj was saying, pointing out very clearly the stability that his government provides, the clear narrative messaging that his government provides versus what would be a hodgepodge government, if at all it is the India alliance.
Absolutely, Preeti. And look, this has been the Prime Minister's USP, particularly in the last 5 years. In 2014, he came to power promising Achhe Din. That could be seen more as a vote against the UPA government at the time. In 2019, he spoke of a strong, robust nationalism. Today, he's speaking about a strong, robust nationalism, but contrasting it with what he claims is the government of the majboor, a majboor Sarkar, a government of compulsion, of coalition compulsions, contrasting his government effectively with what the India alliance may have to offer. And this is a template that the opposition has not been able to challenge yet. The fact is, because the opposition has not been able to get its act together, the Prime Minister's claim that he alone can provide this kind of stable leadership stands out. And therefore, he's focusing on what is his big asset, this image of a populist, muscular, nationalist leader who's promising stability, offering the dream of a Amrit Kal in 2047, versus an opposition that seems to be coming together at the moment on a single plank of anti-Modism. So the moment you contrast the two, the Prime Minister comes across very strong and an effective leader. So I think he's focusing on his strengths and and almost asking you, don't look at my weaknesses. I haven't fulfilled all my promises, but the one thing that I have fulfilled is provided you with a relatively stable leadership over the last 10 years.
This